All aboard! All aboard for the children's sermon! I'm so glad you're here today. This week we're doing Vacation Bible School. I'm Conductor Carla. And where is that engineer Eddie?
Old flibber flabber.
Eddie!
Goose drops.
Hi!
Oh, I'm so worried.
You're worried? Why are
I'm
you
so
worried?
nervous because there's so many things going on, and listen, I don't know if I'm gonna have it all together for this thing we're trying to do, and it just feels all kind of out of sorts, and I'm not ready to educate everybody like I'm supposed to educate everybody. And what if I forget everything? Just so many things going
Don't worry,
on.
Eddie. Vacation Bible School is gonna be amazing.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
How do you know?
You know what? We're learning this week that Jesus' power pulls us through.
Oh, that's right. I do remember that, but I don't know. Maybe you got something else. You know, I love music. You got any music I can listen to, or?
You know what? We do have a great song.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, want to hear it?
I do.
Okay, let's hear some songs.
We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. You make us bold and we stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. We're off on this journey, there's no looking back. With Jesus to lead us, we're on the right track. Oh, 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 oh. Wide open spaces for wide open eyes. We're looking ahead for the next big surprise. Oh, 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 oh. We trust in you, Jesus. You're all that we need. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. We're trusting in you. You give us hope and life that's forever. We stand together. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Your power will pull us through. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you. Trusting in you. We're trusting in you. Trusting in you.
Oh,
That was
wasn't that a
great.
great song?
I loved it. I feel a little better, but seriously, there's just so many things going on. I'm just worried about all those things I gotta do and flibber flabber. Oh man.
You know what?
Oh, that's
Jesus' power's pulling us through.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a great Vacation Bible School. It's going to be amazing.
Oh, I hope so. I think it's gonna be good. I don't know. Maybe you got a story or anything?
You know what? I don't have a story, but I know Miss Kate has an awesome story about Jesus and his amazing power.
Oh.
Hey everyone, it's Miss Kate. Do you know what next week is? It's Vacation Bible School, and I'm so excited. This year's VBS is going to look a little bit different because we're not able to gather together at church like we usually do. But don't worry, we're still going to have tons and tons of fun. Every morning next week, we'll meet together on the Christ Lutheran YouTube page and hear Bible stories, learn Bible verses, meet some amazing Bible buddy animals, and sing songs. We'll also have lots of crafts to make and games to play too. Our VBS theme this year is Rocky Railway. We'll be taking a train ride through the mountains and discovering amazing things about Jesus' power. Speaking of Jesus' power, did you know that the Bible is full of true stories of all the powerful things that Jesus did? These powerful things are called miracles. A miracle is something wonderful that only God can do. Jesus had awesome power and was able to perform miracles because he is God's very own son with God's power. I've got some pages bookmarked that I want to share with you of some of the amazing miracles that Jesus did. The first one is about when Jesus met some of his disciples. They started out as fishermen, and one night they were out fishing all night long and didn't catch a single fish. Then Jesus showed up and got in their boats and said, "Throw your nets out one more time." And look at that. Their nets were so full of fish that they almost broke, and their boat almost sunk. The men were so impressed and amazed that they became some of Jesus's very first disciples. All right, the next story is about when Jesus healed two blind men. See right there? These two men right here can't see. They met Jesus and asked for Jesus to heal them, and all Jesus did was touch their eyes, and then they were able to see. All right, next up is a story about friends. Up here are four really good friends, and this is their other friend who's paralyzed. That means he couldn't walk, and they wanted their friend to meet Jesus because they knew that Jesus could heal him. And they knew that Jesus was coming to their town, but when they showed up, it was so crowded that they had to lower their friend in on a mat through the roof. Well, Jesus met the man, the paralyzed man, and he said, "Stand up." And guess what? He did. Look at him. He's able to stand and run and jump. All right, one more story I want to show you the pictures of. All right, this one is about when Jesus was preaching to a huge crowd of people, and he wanted to be able to feed them, but the problem is that Jesus and the disciples didn't have any food. But there was a boy in the crowd who had 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish. And you know what Jesus did? He multiplied the food so that everyone that was there that day, 5,000 people, were able to eat until their tummies were full. These are just a few of the amazing and true stories in the Bible that tell about Jesus' power. Now, I want to share my absolute favorite one of Jesus' miracles with you. In this story, Jesus was on a boat with the disciples when a really bad storm came. Jesus was sleeping, and the disciples were so scared. They woke Jesus up and said, "Lord, save us! We're going to drown!" Let's read the story and find out what happened. All right, found it. This story is called A Storm. Jesus and his friends, the disciples, met by a lake one day. They were going to go fishing together. Creak, creak, creak. The fishing boat rocked as Jesus put one leg over the side of the boat and pulled himself in. "Follow me," Jesus said to his disciple friends. One by one, they climbed into the boat. Finally, they pushed off from the shore. Jesus' friends talked and laughed in the boat. They told stories about all the fish they'd caught in this lake. "What's your best fishing trip, Jesus?" one of the friends asked. But Jesus didn't answer. He was sound asleep. You see Jesus sleeping in the boat. Gray clouds came into the sky and pushed out the sun. The boat rocked harder now. The first raindrops came. Plop, plop. The disciples held their cloaks around them as the rain fell harder. Brr! The rain was cold, and the wind was blowing strong against their skin. Waves came up over the top of the boat. Splash! Lightning flashed all around the boat. Thunder cracked. Jesus' friends yelled, "We shouldn't be out here on this lake!" How could Jesus sleep? Flashes of light and gusts of wind came every second. Jesus' friends couldn't wait any longer. They shook Jesus awake. "Help us, Jesus!" they cried. Jesus opened his eyes and saw the fear on their faces. "Why are you so afraid?" he asked. Jesus stood up in the boat, lifted his arms. "Peace, be still." In an instant, the waves lay down on the lake. Shh. Clouds made a space for the sun. The raindrops stopped, and there was a silence instead of thunder. Jesus' friends stared at each other. "Did you see that? Jesus saved us. We're alive. We survived that awful storm. Thank you, Jesus." Wasn't that amazing? Jesus was able to calm the storm with his words. Do you remember what he said? That's right. Jesus raised up his hands and said, "Peace, be still." If Jesus' power can calm that terrible storm, then I know we can trust his power to do big things in our lives. I can't wait to hop on the Rocky Railway with you this week and learn more. I hope you'll join us. All aboard! Bye.
Wow, Miss Kate, that was an awesome story about how Jesus is so
That's right.
powerful and the Son of God, and he calmed the storms.
I feel so much better now, knowing that with Jesus, I can remember that he's the one that calms the storms. I don't have to have it all figured out. You know what? Jesus' power is going to pull us through.
Are you ready for it?
Let's do it.
Jesus' power pulls us through. Jesus' power pulls us through. Jesus' power pulls us through. I'm so glad you're here. We'll see you this week.
Woohoo!
Bye.